вот уже треть жителей США в возрасте от 18 до 24 лет верят, что Земля плоская, а почти 15% американцев в возрасте за 30 с ними согласны.
Никому не нравится чувство, что мы находимся на маленьком шарике, который несется сквозь Вселенную. Да, закроют программы с астрофизическим и космическим уклоном. Оставшиеся естественные науки, как биология, геология, океанология, археология и другие, должны быть полностью обновлены.
Hold him. Now you listen to me, you hillbilly punk who thinks the world's still round. I'm here to tell you it's not. It's flat!
He's an interesting guy, man, and, you know, he believes it, so. Kyrie, the earth is flat, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, whatever.
That's news.
That's news. There we go.
You are now tuned into the truth frequency.
We are TFR. TFR.
Truth Frequency Radio.
Oh, looks like we're on. We're good. Well, it's going to be an awkward opening, but that's because I just got back. Broadcasting straight to you from a large spaceship currently at war with the mainstream scientific community. Meanwhile, the Peanut Gallery is excited about all the current media coverage of the Flat Earth topic, good or bad. It's spreading the word across the plane. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Strange World, where the truth is often stranger than fiction. I'm your host, Mark Sargent, the creator of Flat Earth Clues, which proposes that all of us are living inside a Truman Show closed structure. Wow, I am rusty after 1 week. Enclosed structure thousands of miles wide. Check it out at enclosedworld.com or just Google Flat Earth Clues. If you can't find it, well, you're not very good at the internet. For those of you listening to this on YouTube and you want to hear the show live as it happens, please go to Truth Frequency Radio for the latest schedule. Currently, the show is on Tuesday nights at 10 Pacific, 7 Pacific, 10 Eastern. I have not gotten much sleep in the last week. And if it is not August 14th, 2018, well, you're listening to a rerun. Quote of the day from the Peanut Gallery: never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it's the only thing that ever has. That's from Margaret Mead. Mark Sargent, 2018 Flat Earth Challenge is in effect. This is my personal declaration of war from Flat Earth against mainstream science. I, Mark Sargent, hereby put forth a challenge to any university, foreign or domestic, to loan me a NASA-approved self-contained spacesuit, put me in a vacuum chamber, and pull the switch. For more information on this, please check out Flat Earth Clues number 13, The Lost Nail. A couple announcements, and we're going to do a call-in show, so we'll find out everything's working. I think everything's working from this side. I mean, I see me logged in, and I see the Skype connection, and hopefully, if I have any problems, somebody should be shooting me a thing through Skype, letting me know if I've had any problems. Couple quick announcements. First off, thank you to everyone that was doing the whole Pasadena meetup a week ago, a little more than a week ago, up in North Los Angeles. That was a lot of fun. I hung out with Patricia Steer and DITRH. Really, really great. And of course, thank you to everyone that was tied into the Flat Earth 2018 Canadian Conference up in Edmonton. A wonderful 2 days spent up there, and met fantastic people from all over Canada and some from the United States. Really, really fun. Went almost flawlessly until the very last session when a fire alarm went off. But it's a Canadian fire alarm, so we didn't actually have to leave. We just heard bells for 40 minutes. So that was really, really interesting. And then right after that, most of the speakers went over to Banff. Actually, we went to Banff later, but we went to Calgary and hung out at an Airbnb, which was a lot of fun. There was Patricia Steer and myself and Matt Long, Bob from Glowbusters and his wife Cammie and his son, and Robbie Davidson and Rob Skiba and Rick Hummer. Just a blast. It was a lot of fun. And I just flew in a little while ago, left this morning, and everybody got out of there today. And I thought, hey, you know what? Let's do a show. Why not? Right? Let's just do this. So, yeah, the phone number to call in for everybody is the same as it was before. It is either 213-233-3998. That's 213-233-3998 or 720-897-6111. And hopefully our phone lines are working, Ilo. I don't see it. Let's pick up somebody, see what happens here. All right, this is Dallas, Texas. You're the first test for tonight. I don't know if everything's working. Can you hear me? Dallas, Texas. Can't hear me. That's not a good sign. Okay, let's put him on mute and pick up South Carolina. South Carolina, 864. Can you hear me? Have I done something wrong here? Yeah, that's not good. Everybody's dropping off. All right, we are going to have to figure this thing out. Don't know what's going on because this normally means that I can't hear them. So let's see if we can add a call. We're just going to kind of wing this. So we're going to say add to call. Let's say dial pad. And let's just dial the number. We're going to go, don't give this out to people. And we dial it up. And
we're sorry. The participant capacity for this conference has been exceeded. Goodbye.
All right. That's fine. Still don't see anything yet. And I don't, you know what? Let's just kind of play with this. I know a lot of people are calling in. Let's just bounce around here. Go. All right. Dallas, Texas. Can you hear me? I'll give you 5 seconds. Dallas, Texas. Nope. Let's try Kentucky. Kentucky, are you there? Can you hear me? Ooh, that's a bad sign. Okay. I got to figure this one out. Now we're going to have to just do tech supports on the fly, which is fine. Let's see. Can I kill these people? 2 group members not on call. How about now? 2 group members on. Done. There's 2 people now on this call.
We're sorry. The participant capacity for this conference has been exceeded. Goodbye.
Yeah, that's not good. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to figure this out. And just so you know what I'm doing, I'm going through the switchboard and I am trying to add my phone number to this, and I think it's in there. I just can't hear anybody at the moment. So let's try North Carolina. North Carolina, can you hear me right now? 910. No, I'm sure. Well, they can hear me. I just can't hear them for whatever reason. Do not know. We tested it. It worked just fine in the warm up, but nothing. How fun. You know what? Let's start again. Let's just knock everybody off of this thing. 2 of the 3 in the call. I don't know what to tell you. I know Kentucky's going to try to call back in right now. Let's try New York. All right. Can you hear me? 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Nothing. And let's put mute on there. All right. Kentucky, can you hear me? All these people calling in, and I do appreciate it, and we will figure this out eventually. I wonder if I hang up and dial back in, what'll happen. All right, so now I should be back on TFR. Let's see if I'll have somebody Skype me if they can still hear me. Let's see. You sound great. All's working. Thank you, Miss Patricia Steer. Have the welder call the listen line. Zulu's streaming. Heard the unmute, then nothing. Okay. Super fun. Let's add something to this because I've got the phone number actually dialed in. You know what? I'm just going to pick up somebody. Let's pick up South Carolina. South Carolina, can you hear me right now? South Carolina? Nope. How about the construction? Construction. How about 817? Can you hear me right now? Testing 1, 2, 3. Nope. This entire first segment's going so well. Let's go Texas, 214. Can you hear me right now? Nope. All right, we're going to stop doing that. So what's missing here, guys? What am I not doing at the moment? Peanut Gallery is saying, let me check what celebrity died. That's pretty funny. No, it's something silly. Calls. Let's try 302-202. Search Skype. We're going to add a call. We're going to try to punch in this number. That's fine. Call number. Covered by subscription. Yeah, call number. And let me see what happens. All right, can you still hear me now? You can't. So I resume call. Okay, now we've got a brand new problem, which is once I resume the call with TFR, I now have lost. What happened to add to group? All right, add people to this call. Add 502. Done. Okay. Now what? Okay, let's make another test. If I'm having dead air again, well, somebody
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. 502378239
Awesome.
is not available. At the tone,
No,
please record your message.
I don't want to record
when you
a
have
message.
finished recording, you may hang up or press 1.
Well, guys, I'm having a heck of a time, and I don't know if I'm doing anything wrong on this side. Everything was rebooted, and please do chat with me if you can hear everything. I apologize for this first segment. It is a real pain in the ass. But all I'm doing is connecting to the switchboard, which I have now. I see everybody's calls lined up. Thank you for that. And then I try to add in the call station. Do not give to listeners. That's the dedicated line. Because if I try to pick up somebody now, like say I pick up South Carolina, right? All right, so if I pick up South Carolina, you're not going to be able to talk to me. I don't hear anything on your side. You're unmuted, but you don't hear anything. So what is going on, you think? This is a troubleshooting nightmare. And here I was so happy I could get home early so that I could actually do the show. There's an option here. It says add people to the call. Call layout. And let me pick up Kentucky again. Kentucky can say anything they want. In fact, I could unmute everybody and nothing happens. Not sure what to do here, especially since we're live. And honestly, I'm too tired to be stressed out about it. So let's do this. I'm not going to read emails necessarily. I mean, I suppose I could read emails, but I really don't want to. I really felt like talking to people because I didn't do a show last week. So maybe I'll decide during the break, and I'll take Peanut Gallery's advice. If I have to read emails, that's totally fine. I will do that. But we still got 10 minutes in this section for me to troubleshoot the hell out of this thing. So let's try that 302 thing again. So I'm going to say, add people to call, right? More options. Share screen. No. We're going to say add to call. And we're going to say recent calls. In fact, we'll punch in. Oh, that's why. Oh, hang on. I think I may have found this. So we'll say add 302. Add 302. And I say call number. And it says, yep, you can send them. Add to call. Okay, we're going to try this again. I have 6 minutes to the break. Hopefully everybody can hear me. I rebooted Skype, but I'm not going to try to do what I was doing before. Let's just read some emails at this point and see what we can do, because unfortunately I can't bring people in, and I don't know what it is. I'll have to do some tests afterwards. There's nothing that I did different here last week. Sorry about that, guys. So, if you want to contact me on Skype, you could probably come in and talk if you wanted to. I could probably add you on Skype. I can't see what could possibly go wrong if you called in on Skype. So if you do have it, my Skype address is Mark-Sargent, and in parentheses, it'd probably be Langley. Not Langley, Virginia, but Langley, Washington. So in the meantime, let's go to some emails until we can figure out what the heck is going on here and figure it out. Again, apologies for all the technical difficulties. I'll have to kill most of that stuff in post. In fact, maybe I'll just kill this entire first section after the intro. So people on YouTube won't even know what happened here, which is fine. So first email is going to be called, in fact, let me make sure at least I have my timer set over here somewhere. And first email is going to be called Survival Guide and Old News from Montreal, Quebec, Canada. Hi, Mark, long-time listeners, native French speakers, so we don't feel comfortable calling you live right now. Anyway, attached is a picture of our, I don't even have problems with my email. Picture of our provincial pride, David St. John, published in February 2018 in the largest French newspaper in the province, the only French province in North America. As you can see, the man has very serious training for his future trip to the ISS, or is it the NHL Stanley Cup playoffs? Thanks for helping us with our English vocabulary, and keep up the good work, Rick and Backer. All right. Thank you very much for that. Let's go to Flat Earth and screw on caps and lids. Oh, this is going to be fun. Hi there, Mark. Bob Jellyman here again. From Eastbourne, pronounced as the Bourne. Oh, Eastbourne, pronounced as in the Bourne Identity, England. I wrote to you in March regarding the moon tilting through 90 degrees. I heard you and Patricia mention on her show the other week, great show, YouTube, by the way, that you both had problems screwing on bottle top caps, and I thought I'd drop you a line to help you both out, and maybe many others. I, too, had this problem until my early 20s when someone showed me a simple way to be successful every time. This also works on nuts, bolts, and screws. First, loosely place the cap lid on the bottle jar. Second, holding the bottle jar in one hand, press down on the cap with the other hand and turn it anti-clockwise until you hear or feel it click. This lets you know that the threads have aligned correctly. Finally, whilst maintaining pressure on the cap, simply turn it clockwise. Please let me know how you do. Feel free to read this out loud on air. As always, love the show. Peace, love, and good health to all. Keeping it flat, Bob Jellyman. P.S. The picture I attached is of the tattoo in my last email. Yes, it's Hebrew and it says Flat Earth. I have one too. I'm always asked what it means. Love the reactions I get. Take good care, one and all. Awesome. That's really, really cool. And yeah, I still do have problems with lids. And I got this email a while ago, and I've been still having a heck of a time with it. So sorry about that. Moving on, let's try this one. And we will try after the break to see if we can get this thing working, because I note now that the phone number that I initially dialed into is not on the board anymore. So I might be okay. We'll give it a shot, but we're not going to give it a shot yet because I don't see it yet. So let's try this. This one's called New Info Challenger Hoax. Resnick was an actress in 1970, and something's going on. Hang on. Now, okay, I'm back. Okay, sorry. We hear you. Good. Sorry, everything. Yeah, sound great after reboot. Thank you. Thank you, Patricia and Karen and Shauna and everybody else. So we're getting there. I swear to God, we will get there. We will. Waiting for host to join. Yeah, that's because I haven't. Yeah, I get it. Because I haven't joined it. As long as you guys can hear me right now, that's fine. That just means that nobody can call me. And in about 90 seconds, we're going to see if we can punch through this. And during the break, maybe test this thing out. Okay, and I'll work with the Peanut Gallery on this. I got a minute to read this. Resnick was an actress in 1970 in the Grindhouse classic Carnival of Blood, then had a little spot in the movie The Filthiest Game in Town starring Harry Reams, not quite a porno, but lots of nudity. But what other films was she in? This actress, Judith Resnick, disappeared or died in 1981, according to her IMDb page. A search of her death in 81 will bring you nothing. So apparently she faked her death twice. First an actress, then an astronaut. Now she's a Yale graduate and a lawyer who confirms Supreme Court judges. Then in 2010 goes back to acting in a film with Sean Penn. Please subscribe. I was at the meet up and after at the Mexican restaurant across from you and Patricia. Please, we don't have to agree on every little point. Just NASA lies and it's flat. Yeah, awesome. Super cool. Okay, are we going to break? Yeah, we are. Okay, let's see if we can figure out this thing out, shall we?
Real people, real radio. Wherever you are, make it TFR. Truth Frequency Radio.
Welcome back to Strange World, part 2 of 4, maybe. I don't know. I'm having a heck of a time trying to figure out the system. What a difference a week makes. I come back, and 1 week later, the whole thing is just a mess. In fact, people are calling in right now, and they're being they're not being unmuted automatically. Hang on. Hang tough. Could this work? Let's find out. First off, can everybody hear me? Can you hear me? Nope. Oh, for the love of God. This is so entertaining. Can't be delayed. Remember, I come from a tech support background, so watching computers mess with me is something I've been conditioned to understand my entire life. But this one, so like for example, I've got Peanut Gallery. He's out there right now, but apparently he can't hear me. The question is, just want to check everyone out there, anyone who's still listening, and thank you very much if you are still listening. Let me know if you can still hear me, and I'll just jump right back into the emails and stuff like that, because I don't mind. It's totally fine. In fact, I'll do an email until I get a message. And there's a message in Skype right now. Let's find out. Let's see. Yep. Can you hear me? And yeah, we can hear me. You know what? We're just going to read emails. Screw it. I'm not going to deal with this anymore. I'm tired. I'm hot. Not in that sort of way. Not a bad kind of hot. So let's just get to it. We're just gonna read emails. Screw it. Okay. First one in section 2 is called Flat Earth, and I will do. Look, I've got an unlimited stream of emails. So this is not a big deal. Flat Earth. Mark, what about Elon Musk's rocket going into space? How is that not real? And that's from Ross. Ross, come on, man. If you saw that Tesla going into space, that convertible with the mannequin astronaut, how can you think that's real? Just because mainstream news reported it? The paint didn't blister, the dash didn't crumple, the windows didn't shatter. There's no logos on the car. There's no logos on the astronaut. Even the GPS dash wasn't lit up. The only thing it had on it was a sticker from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, which said, "Don't panic." It's terrible. There's tons and tons of flat Earth videos out there that have torn that thing apart. How dare you ask me what I think? All right. This is called Chicago Alder Planetarium Flat Earth Subliminal. Kind of a mouthful there, but that's fine. Hey, Mark, I just had to share this one with you. This past weekend, while walking to an outdoor concert, this huge sign at the Chicago Alder Planetarium caught my attention. Looks like they're trying to send a subliminal hint to the masses. Please share this one, Nick. Okay? And let me view it real quick. And it's really a big file, so I'm not going to view that one. But I'll put it up in something. I'll put it in one of my slideshows. This one's called No Subject. Hey, Mark, listened to your YouTube for the first time today and was contacting about their survival guide, contacting you from colorful Colorado. And by the way, Wes Stace, otherwise known as the, what did we call it? It was so clever. Mark Zulu one called it the, oh boy, it was something to the effect like the West States Witch Project or something like that. It's really good. No, I'm not going to take calls right now. So I appreciate that you're coming in through Skype, but I'm not going to risk it at this point because I have no idea what's going on. I mean, I could pick up your call and all of a sudden I have dead air, and that's not fair to the listeners. Moving on. This one's called Forward the Flat Earth, and it's just a quote. It's a Bible verse. John 14:6, King James Version. Jesus saith unto him, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh unto the Father but by me. That's from Jennifer. And she wrote a nice little thing also about flat Earth. You know what? Let's read it. She said, thanks so much for calling me. I did call her. I do call people from time to time. If you leave me a nice enough voicemail, I will call you. Dear Mr. Sargent, hello. I want to start out by thanking you for your remarkable work on the controversial subject of the flat Earth. I couldn't wait any longer to take you up on your amazing offer to email or even call you in person. Thank you. Though I have always been rather open-minded and what some call a conspiracy theorist, when toward the end of last year, my best friend said, I have something bigger to tell you than the Nephilim. The Earth is actually flat. I screamed, no, you have to be kidding. I then started to listen to every YouTube on the subject I could find and prove to myself it was true. Your video, They Hide God with the Biggest Lie Ever, I think it was actually the greatest lie ever, but whatever, is by far the best one I have come across. The first time I heard it, I wanted to share the information with my whole family, but so far no luck, which really saddens me. I feel knowing about the firmament is one of the most important discoveries in my life, and the greatest deception in my lifetime is that we've been taught that we live on a spinning ball. It really didn't surprise me that NASA has propagated this since they lied about the moon landing and are giving chemtrails names. You certainly must be making a huge impact on people with your matter-of-fact and well-documented approach, which to me leaves absolutely no doubt as to the truth of God's magnificent creation. I love imagining God peering down at us through the dome from his throne in heaven. I'm writing also to ask if you wouldn't mind recommending some groups I could be a part of or worthwhile CDs I could get to share. I would very much like to meet and communicate with other like-minded individuals. I look forward to your reply. Jennifer. P.S. I'm so glad that you are getting together with Rob Skiba. He is wonderful too. And I hope that eventually Kent Hovind will come around and take the time to do his spiritual homework and see the light. The more spiritual leaders who are motivated to reveal this truth, the better. Thank you, Jennifer. That's awesome. And yes, I got to spend the weekend just this recently with Rob Skiba, and it was fantastic. He's a great guy, very focused, that guy. So, I'm sorry, I was looking through the chat things and Peanut Gallery. Oh yeah, the Blair West Project. Got it. Yeah, the Blair West Project. Oh, and I got to say, I was reading a comment, and thank you for the people so far that have commented on the opening speech I did at the Canadian conference in Edmonton. It was a blast, and if anyone wants to, please, if you haven't watched any of the videos of all the speakers did such a great job, just look up Flat Earth Edmonton Conference or Flat Earth Canadian Conference. But the one that stuck out, it was way down the list. I really loved it. Was and I'm going to modify this. Initially, I said, "Oh yeah, Mark, you should run for president," and then all of a sudden it came to me. It's like this should be a T-shirt. Ready? Here's your T-shirt. So I'm going to go out and print it out. Ready? Flat Earth 2020. Oh, sorry. Yeah, Flat Earth 2020. Make Earth great again. How's that? Huh? That was pretty good. Make Earth great again. I think it'd be really, really cool, and it completely submarine his re-election campaign at the same time. Not that I vote, but I think a lot of people would get a kick out of that. So let's move on to the next one, shall we? Let's go to this one's called Magellan Post. Hi, Mark. How are you? Enjoying your progress and hoping for the best for everything. Maybe catch up with you later in the summer. Hey, I want to ask a favor. I try not to ask, but this is kind of important. I had my Bali Music Journey channels earning a little more money, or if this is appropriate to read on air. But YouTube made that 1,000 subscriber rule that stopped my earnings. Money was going to direct. If I want to ask you, do you think a short post? You know what? I'm going to answer this one separately because it has to do with advice on how to make money in YouTube, and that's probably not something I should read on air. So Dan, if you're listening, not Dan the Waterman, but a different guy, please get a hold of me if you get a chance. Sorry, again, hopefully, I think I responded to him already. But remember, I'm a little scattered. I'm running on not a lot of sleep for the last week. Everybody else was sleeping comfortably, and for whatever reason, and I tested all the beds in that Airbnb and mine literally, it was like sleeping. It was like somebody put a fitted sheet over a block of wood, and even laying on my side and like bunching up the pillows and doing all that stuff, it didn't help me much. So just saying. This one's called Sharing Flat Earth by Stealth. Hi, Mark. Like myself, I'm sure many who have discovered Flat Earth want to share it with family and friends, but the first rule of Flat Earth Club is there for a good reason. I'm a big fan of guerrilla marketing, and here's a way to expose your loved ones to FE without saying a word about it, by stealth. They simply make a video post on any neutral subject, pancakes, barbecue sauce, trimming roses, or whatever. It doesn't matter, but load up the tags with FE keywords. Yeah, I like that. Then put something buried in the description that indirectly relates to FE, words like clues or Sargent or Skiba. Now share it. What will happen is the sidebar of recommended videos will start to show FE videos for a while, and they just might click on one. In other news, really, that's actually in the email. In other news, my daughter and her boyfriend flew from New Zealand to Argentina and returned. I tracked both flights from home and gave her tasks to do on board with a compass, spirit level, and onboard tracking. There were some very surprising discoveries. Video coming soon. Best wishes, G. Peter Gardner from ourflatearth.com. Awesome. Really, really great. This one's called, and by the way, those of you, I keep checking the time. Those of you who are wondering why I'm reading emails, it's not because I'm pissed off or anything. It is because I cannot get the phone system to talk to me and the station at the same time. For whatever reason, I don't know. I mean, I'm logged in. Everything looks perfectly great. Unfortunately, Microsoft's been making a whole bunch of changes recently. And not that it would have made much difference, even if I'd done it. Who knows? Maybe it would have happened last week too. Yeah, we'll figure it out. Probably not this show though. This one's called Hi Mark and Patricia. This one's called Survival Guide and Record Breaking. Hi Mark and Patricia. Every once in a while, just so you know, Patricia Steer and I get emailed the exact same thing, which is fine. And sometimes she doesn't read it on her show, but I'm going to read it on this one. This is Alan, the Army radar maintainer and operator subject matter expert. I would like to have your survival guide. Also just wanted to verify if you've seen this news about the record-breaking longest microwave transmission over the Mediterranean Sea. Yeah, I have seen this. Link attached at the bottom. This test is what the letter I sent you talked about. The microwave transmissions, they have to have the line of sight, and the test proved to be as far as 235 kilometers with no interruption of anything in the way blocking the transmission. They are a forerunner in the global internet revolution, so they know it's flat because when you look at Wikipedia, it mentions the downfall of microwave transmissions, which is the short distance due to the curve blocking the signal. Mark, I want to apologize for the last time we spoke. Damn, I am just having a devil of a time in this system right now. My email just went back to the list of emails, and so I'm not looking at the email anymore, so I have to pull it back up. Apologies the last time we spoke on the phone on Strange World. I was a bit tipsy. That's okay. Lots of people are. And my wife says, never call anybody when you're drinking. Anyway, maybe someday I would like to come live on the show. I will be looking into putting some kind of information together because this feeling of doing nothing while liars take the lead and try to make fun of us is getting old, and I get so angry sometimes it's not healthy. Last, I want to thank you and Patricia for taking on the challenge and for not giving up. Best regards, Alan. Awesome. Let's move on. Let's go to, this one's called Pretty Please. Hi, Mark. Would you please send me the Coast to Coast interview? Been wanting to check it out for a long time and now only remembered to ask you for it. Thank you, sir. Stay flat. Thank you, Paul Miller. Yeah, anyone wants the Coast to Coast interviews, I can't put them up on YouTube because they will copyright strike them. So just send it to, just email me and say, hey, I want the interviews, and I'll just shoot it to you through WeTransfer. It just seemed, WeTransfer, by the way, you can do, I think, 2 gigs for free. I use it for a lot of stuff. You don't have to you haven't even sign up for anything. This one's called Flat Earth Clue number 13. Veach is in. Oh, yeah, I remember this. Hi, Mark. Good news. I was chatting with M. Scott Veach, who says he's the son of an astronaut. Veach is a very active Glober troll and always on the FE channel chats, during several of Nathan Oakley's FE debate chats. He again agreed to be the test subject for the vacuum chamber test, most recently on the FE debate episode number 305. During this chat, I've instructed M. Scott Veach how he could get hold of you with your email address, which he said he did email you on May 22nd, 18, around 9:15 a.m. Yeah, he did. I also included in the chat your FE Clue 13 link, which M. Scott Veach is now familiar with. Looking forward to hearing if Veach actually contacted you via email or if he's just lying again. No, he wrote to me. Trolls write to me all the time. But in this case, he says also, see you in Denver, FE Viking Skull. P.S. I've attached some links in the Flat Earth Brewing Beer Company for your stuff. M. Scott Veach, fine. He's the son of an astronaut. So what? What's that do for you? It means nothing. Literally nothing. It's like being the son of a race car driver or the son of an actor. Most of the time, you're not related in any way to the career path. So what's he going to do? Does he have access to a NASA suit and a vacuum chamber? If he does, fantastic. In fact, if he was really ballsy, he could go into the vacuum chamber himself and run a quick video and shut down Flat Earth single-handedly, right? Of course, you have to have those little things in the vacuum chamber with him to prove it was a vacuum. And if you don't remember what those things are, it would be a small balloon with a single breath of air in it, because that would expand. You would a little cup of water, because that would immediately boil. And then my favorite, a little metal bell, because in a vacuum, there are no sound waves to carry sound. So the bell would become perfectly silent. All these 3 things would cost you all of like $5. And we're not going to hear from that guy. It's never going to happen. This one's called Flat Earth Art Response. Hi, Mark. I just finished your book, Flat Earth Clues, and it really is interesting. I've done some artwork you are free to use. Also, if you find it valuable, the yin-yang concept could symbolize sun and moon movement, in my opinion, and therefore I made this additional layer and put over a slightly modified version of the UN flag surrounded by ice. Nice. It's cool. I may use that. All the best for you and your further studies. Peace from Austria. That's from Florian. All right. I will put that in my things to do pile. And Let's see here. What's next? This one's called Lee Womer Contact and Proof. Hey, Mark, thanks so much for reaching out. Jaron just posted basically a rant titled Force the Line, and it's almost word for word what I've been saying. We need to hit this with something that cannot be argued. Brian Mullins' Force the Line, the way Jaron describes it, could be very legit. I think doing it on the Salt Flats or along a canal could add to it. I did not elaborate on my line of sight to the light on the Pyramid Hotel in Vegas, but taking 2 shots at 90 degrees from several hundred miles away will not only prove no curvature drop, but the light should be leaning away measurably at that distance also. And lastly, going 2 to 3 times higher than an off-the-shelf weather balloon will be pretty solid. I'm certainly in on helping with any of these, so I'll email Jaron, but if you talk to him, name drop me so he knows I'm serious. Keep in touch, Lee Womer. I remember him. All right, I will. And come on, email. Don't mess with me. I'm in no mood, mister. Gold star. Several gold stars. You can tell me the movie reference that's from. This one's called Flat Earth. Hi, Mark. I've been researching what I thought to be a medieval belief that our world is flat. I'm rather new to this chain of thought, and I have a couple questions I'd like to ask you, if that would be all right. 1, does the International Space Station pose a problem for flat Earth believers? Hell to the no, it does not. It is said you can see the ISS with a telescope. Well, you can see something up there. I don't think any people on it. I don't think it's the ISS. Maybe something posing as the ISS, but no, I do not lose a wink of sleep thinking about that. 2, how many planets exist from a flat Earth perspective? 0. 0 planets. There you go. Winner, winner, vegan dinner. And you know who that's for. No, 0 planets. There's lights in the sky, nothing you can land on. Who told you there were planets up there? The same people that said the Americans went to the moon? Those guys? Because that would be the United States military. And yeah, we're not going down that road. Anyway, that was from Mark in Spokane, Washington. Yeah, there you go. This one's called Global Fiber Optic Internet Cables Map. Good morning, Mark. I've been desperately trying to debunk Flat Earth for a few months now, and I'm struggling to do it. I have lots of questions, so I'm grateful to have someone with an open mind like yourself to add them. Thank you. If I have a science degree, my background is in medicine. My question is, do you believe that there are any satellites in space or lower orbit at all, and would it be possible for global fiber optic internet cables to replace the work the satellites supposedly do? Yeah. Okay. 1, no, I don't think there's any worthwhile satellites up there. I mean, they might be doing something, but they're suspended at the most by high altitude NASA balloons. You know, the high altitude NASA balloon project. And yes, global fiber optic internet cables can do so much more bandwidth. And I mean, you're just laying sea cables. You can do that all day long. And it's just pennies on the dollar compared to what you can do with any sort of aerial project. Even if you were trying to beam bandwidth from planes, it just pales in significance. I'm sorry, in comparison. So, sorry. And he goes, I don't understand GPS very well either. Are there any videos that explain this well? See you in Edmonton. That's from Grace. Thank you, Grace. And hopefully, I met a lot of people in Canada. Hopefully we met. But just look it up. Just type in flat Earth and then whatever you need to talk about, whether it be NASA, the sun, perspective, refraction, atmospheric lensing, long distance photography. Just type in flat Earth before the words you're thinking of, and I guarantee there'll be stuff out there for you. Moving on. This one's called In Search of Evidence of Truth Without Assumption. Hi, Mark. I'm in search of evidence of FE without any assumptions. Please help. For example, where do I start? We have some incredibly powerful telescopes that supposedly have shown us distant galaxies. Oh, boy. I have not seen this with my own eyes and hope to someday, if it's even possible. Surely there are astronomers who have photos of this. Nope, because you can't punch through the atmosphere if you're down here. You can only see, it's like looking through water. What I tried to tell somebody in the media when I was in Canada just last week is that, the air that you're talking to people, right? You get somebody across from you, that space is only mostly transparent. Not to be confused with Mostly Dead from Princess Bride. Mostly transparent because remember, you're breathing in 1 part oxygen and 4 parts nitrogen, which is kind of like a thin version of water, which is 2 parts hydrogen and 1 part oxygen. So, you know what I'm saying? So there's only so far you can see. And if you're trying to do a telescope, and you're going to be dealing with a lot of atmosphere. Now, if you get way, way, way on top of an observatory, you might be able to see something. But even then, it's nothing compared to what NASA shows you. He says, have you ever looked through a high-powered telescope? Yes. What did you see? Well, I expected to see some fuzzy lights. Will any astronomers be attending the Edmonton FE Expo? No. Do you know any that would speak to me? No. No. Most mainstream science won't talk. Do you believe in the Van? Wow, there's a lot of questions here. Do you believe in a Van Allen belt? No. I do not believe that a human has passed through a radiation belt described like the Van Allen belt and lived, but does a radiation belt surround FE? Not how it is normally described. Is there something around FE? Yes, there is. Is it a radiation belt? It might have some radioactive properties to it. Not sure. How would we ever know for sure? Oh, that's the question, isn't it? Is dark matter most likely plasma? I don't know. No, dark matter is most likely imagination. That's all that is. It really is. It's theoretical. Ask anybody. Dark matter is just theory, and it's a bad theory at that. It's a huge stopgap. It's like, oh yeah, all these questions. If we only had this magical thing that could, bigger than gravity, that could solve all the equations. Oh yeah, we just created it. It's called dark matter. Plasma is not solid. What would be solid enough to stop a nuclear bomb, as in the structure of the firmament? Heavy element of some kind, something we don't have in the periodic table. We believe there's a huge hole in the ozone layer. I wonder how far the nuclear matter traveled into the atmosphere and what effects it may have had on other layers of the atmosphere. So many questions. I feel robbed that the heliocentric model has had years of scientific attention and peer-reviewed publication, and the FE model was debunked long ago. Or was it? Thanks for your time, Mark. I'll be back. Wow, you had like several movie quotes in there. Have a great day, and that's from Gracie. Awesome. All right, 2 minutes to the break. Let me check my stuff here. And one thing is from, that's from Cami. And Peanut Gallery says dilithium crystals. Awesome. Really, really great. So helpful as I'm dealing with my phone stuff. And what I'll do, Peanut Gallery, if you're listening, is we'll wait till the show's over and take it. Maybe we'll even do it tomorrow. But the machine was already rebooted, so there shouldn't be anything wrong with it. But we'll figure out why the phone lines. It's okay, no big deal. I'm sorry I can't talk to you guys like right here and now, but we'll get there. It's okay. This one's called Multiple Earths, and it's a picture. I know people give me a crap because I say picture because I don't enunciate the C. Not my. All right, I will save that. And this one's called Room 237. Hey, Mark, love the work, brother. I've watched Flat Earth Clues Under the Dome over and over. Great arguments, well written and well produced. I was wondering how to get a link or a copy of Room 237. Big documentary fan. Let me know if you still have the link you mentioned in your doc. Keep up the good work, boss. You know what? I may actually send him a copy of 237. I've got a downgraded version of it. I know we're not supposed to do that, but it's a good documentary. It's totally worth it. 30 seconds until the break. So I'm just going to kind of recap what's happening. The phone lines, for whatever reason, are not green. So even though you can hear me, if I pick you up, you're not on air. In fact, it turns off the station while that happens. And so I don't know why the add to group call button seems to be gone. I blame Microsoft, whatever. Doesn't really matter. I'm just going to read emails for this section. Well, actually section 3 and 4, because we're going to music here in a second. And then I'll do the after party. So if you guys want to join in, just contact Zulu 1 and find out how to get in, but spaces are limited.
Truth Frequency Radio is your number. This is Truth Frequency Radio.
The wicked ones obviously under heavy Masonic influence.
Welcome back to Strange World, part 3 of 4. And the phone lines are just giving us all sorts of crap. I'm sorry, I'm not supposed to say crap. Hell right now. And so one of the Flat Earth faithful and speaker at the Denver conference, which is coming up in November, a November to remember in Denver. Ooh, see what I did there? Karen B. from her YouTube channel, Karen B. is graciously allowed me to test me calling her and to see if I can actually talk to her through Skype and still talk to you guys at the same time. Do you try connecting through Skype, not phones? Yeah, well, yeah, I'm going to do that right now, says the Peanut Gallery. Okay, so let's give this a try. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say add people to call. And I'm going to say Karen. Okay. And all right. And am I off the air? I think I just went off the air right now when I did that. But can Karen hear me? Karen, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you
but
hear
am I off the air though?
Well, I don't know. I muted because I didn't want there to be an echo.
Oh, well, no, it should be fine. Okay, we'll turn it up real quick and see if there's anything there. Speaker at the Denver conference. Denver. Wow, there's like a huge lag. Denver. All right, and now, yeah, you're both on. Oh, good. I think everyone can hear us. B is graciously allowed me. Okay, you can turn it off.
Okay. Did
All
I?
right. Yeah. All right. You know what? I'm keeping you for the next hour. Sorry.
Okay. Awesome.
Right, so, because now this will make Peanut Gallery happy because I don't have to read emails anymore, and other people can, in fact, hang on. Mark can say, "Yeah, we hear both of you." Awesome. So it's just you and me and a whole bunch of people. Isn't that great?
Yeah. Awesome.
Do you have any wine?
I do.
You didn't have to admit that, but that's okay.
I do, but I'm not drinking any right now.
I'm sorry. What's the point? You like just have wine in front of you, but you're not going to drink it?
Well, it's not in front of me. It's in the fridge. It's not open.
Okay, that's like the joke you give to guys who let themselves go. It's like, yeah, I got a 6-pack in the fridge. So, tell me. How have you been? We have not spoken in a couple weeks.
I've been pretty good.
Yeah.
I went to the beach. I went to Myrtle Beach for a few days, and that was really nice. I got to swim in the ocean and take some video and pictures with my P900. And
now, are you gonna pony up eventually and go for the P1000?
I don't know. I might eventually. The thing is, where I live, I don't get a lot of long distance photo opportunities. Like I have to go somewhere. So I'm not sure if purchasing the P1000 is really worth it for me yet. It might be at some point, but I don't know.
All right. I mean, I get it. In fact, I was wondering myself, it's like how sooner or later, it's kind of like computer processors now. There's only so far you can, a computer processor can get. We haven't really made any quantum leaps in PCs in some time. And I wonder if that's the same thing with digital zoom, meaning, well, yeah, fine. The P1000 goes from what, 80 power zoom to 120 power zoom, roughly.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot.
That's a lot. But will the atmosphere even allow you to take advantage of it?
Well, here's the thing. Yeah. You're still only going to see what you're going to see, what you can see. It's not going to, it doesn't give you superhuman vision. The camera's capturing what is there. It's just magnifying it at a high resolution so you can see it. Right. So, I mean,
yeah,
it's worth it if you take a lot of pictures and you use it a lot, but I don't know. It's just, for me, it's just not
quite worth the extra dough.
No.
In fact, won't that make P900 prices go down?
It might.
I mean, like anything, it'd be like, oh, well, that outdated P900 thing, which we've been touting as the end all.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, but you can still see beyond what you should be able to see with it. I mean, it's been doing the job, right?
Yeah. In fact, when you might be able to do more, like when you're looking up, when you're looking up through thinner layers of atmosphere.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, that's what I do with mine. I take a lot of pictures of the sun and the moon and stars and star trails and.
That's cool.
Time lapse. That's what I like to do.
Nice. Yeah. That's really awesome. So, did you get a chance? By the way, you know what? I should plug something real quick because, as you know, when this happens, every once in a while, people will email me and start like David Weiss said, "Hey, by the way, are you following the Red Hen? Do you know the Red Hen?"
No, what's the Red Hen?
I know, I didn't know either. That is Matt Long's thing.
Oh,
Matt Long, the speaker. It's REDHENN.com. Follow the redhen.com, and the Flat Earth podcast is featuring it. And as you know, I had a chance. You would have had so much fun at this thing. I had a chance to hang out with a whole bevy of speakers, including Matt Long, and that's his thing.
I know. I saw your big old Flat Earth crash pad party house that you guys were staying at.
Did that look like some sort of reality show?
Yeah. It looked like fun to me because I know most of the people that were there. So I was like, that's all good people. That would be fun.
By the second day, it really turned into real world Flat Earth. It was everyone was pretty tired and relaxed, and some of us were drinking, some weren't. But it was a great little crowd. It was Matt Long and Rick Hummer.
I love Rick.
Yeah,
Rick's awesome.
Who was also there as his alter ego many times.
Yeah.
And Redding, Rob Skiba, Bob Nodell, and Cammie and their son, and Patricia and me, and Robbie Davidson. And it was, it was amazing. We got a chance, to sit down and, just kind of just bounce ideas off each other. The entire time, it really kind of turned into this really cool, casual think tank with chips and salsa. Yeah.
Yeah, it looked like a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was fun, and people were, Patricia decided to do the a secret show just to show everyone was there, and we shot a lot of Roland stuff, which was great.
Oh yeah. Cammie blew me a kiss from behind Patricia.
Did she?
Show. Yeah, she put in chat. She was like, "When I blow a kiss, it's going to be to you." And then like a minute later, she went behind everybody and blew a kiss, and then the camera in the background. That totally made my day. Yeah.
Cammie's great.
I love Cammie.
You guys have never seen Bob from Glowbuster's wife, Cammie. She's just a wonderful woman. I mean, so outgoing and loving, and most likely certifiably insane, but she's great.
She's one of my favorite people. She's one of my most favorite people.
Yeah. It's just so much optimism. Even I was starting to fray at the edges though, because we were up so late doing stuff, and not necessarily just sitting around drinking and eating stuff. It was partially we were also shooting things, helping Rick, try to get this project going. He was nonstop. That man is a machine. We went to the Edmonton thing, and he was the MC. If you guys know who I'm talking about, it's Rick Hummer, who was the MC for Raleigh, and he was also the MC at Edmonton, Canada, for the conference up there. And when he wasn't emceeing, he was changing into his stuff and going away from the conference and finding any production value he could, because we were in, what was it called? I don't know if it was called the Mall of America. It's one of the biggest malls in the world. And it had all this stuff, everything was completely sealed indoors. It's like combining an amusement park and a water park and stealing some stuff from Disney and then enclosing it all in glass. And it was amazing. But, there was, you saw the thing, you caught some of the Edmonton stuff.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Did you catch the very last thing with the fire alarm?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Oh my God. And what you also don't know is
painful.
Is that, so you saw we were all sitting up there, Patricia and me and Jaron and Bob and Rob Skiba. And Patricia, I look at my watch, and Patricia looks at her watch. It's like, oh yeah, it's 3:33. It's one of those little, numerology things. And right after that, we hear this ding. It's like, what is that? Right? And then it kept repeating. Ding, ding. It sounded like what you would hear at certain theaters when you're trying to get people in from intermission. If you're out in the lobby, they do this soft little ding, and then after you heard it, after every 10 or 12 of those damn things, a lady, and it wasn't recording, it was somebody picking up a freaking microphone and saying, by the way, the fire department is currently investigating the alarm. Please stay where you are. We'll resolve this shortly. Right. And then it would repeat. And this thing, and so we didn't have to leave or anything. We didn't have to evacuate. It's Canada, right? It's pretty laid back. But my God, it went on for like 40 minutes. And we're just sitting there. So we had to, actually for me, I thought it was kind of fun after a while, because between the times that she was talking and we only had the dings, it felt like a game show. All right, can you answer the questions in the number of dings that you have? And hope that you can get your stuff. So the answers were made a lot more brief than I think they would have normally. So that was kind of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody had to stop and wait for the announcement to be over.
Yeah. Did you have any favorites? And I know you don't like playing favorites, but did you have any favorites? While you were, you don't have to say my stuff, of course. While watching the conference.
You know what? For part of the conference, your sound was off and I couldn't hear anything you were saying. I was trying to watch yours and I was like, I can't hear you. Couldn't hear it.
All right. First off, and I didn't, none of us knew this. From our standpoint, everything was flawless. All the sound was great, but something about how it was going to the live stream, one of the microphones in the live stream was not feeding through. And so, yeah, everyone could hear my opening speech, but as soon as we came back from break, when they hooked up the other two microphones, I think that's what happened. So could you hear the people that were asking questions?
Couldn't really hear anything except for like the people doing the sound.
All right.
You could hear the guys talking, but then I couldn't hear you. It was weird.
Something, yeah, and no production's perfect. Okay, so the good news is everyone was there. It was flawless, and everything it was being recorded. If you were live, it was perfect. I think what happened. So if you caught that, right after my speech, we go to the first coffee break, and people run out because it was like 9 something in the morning, and people want their coffee. And then when they came back, that's when we did the Q&A. And my microphone didn't even really change. I was wearing the same microphone, but we added 2 floor microphones. One on either side for people to ask questions. And I think that's what screwed it up. I think that's what it was. So, okay. Other than that, was there anyone that's I mean, you've seen most of them. You've seen Bob and Jaron and Rob Skiba do his thing, and and like Emmanuel Lakanga, he was only on a panel, so he got off easy. He didn't even have to. He didn't have to do his speech. He just showed up on a panel, which ran okay. And then I think the only truly new one, if I'm not mistaken, was Matt.
Yeah, and next year that'll be me.
Oh, you mean next conference?
I mean, right, this year.
Are you really the only new person? No, because Zen, like for example, Zen Garcia wasn't at the conference.
Yeah, but he's been around and he's been doing stuff. Like, I don't do stuff like that very much.
Well,
I have to talk in front of everybody.
Look,
everybody's gonna look at me.
If please,
I'm gonna have to picture everybody naked.
No. I know you'll be nervous. Look, Matt was nervous, but if Matt can do it, you can do it, because he's just a big dumb jock. There's nothing. And granted, he is currently probably the most eligible bachelor in Flat Earth. Have you seen him? You spent time with him at the Raleigh conference?
I don't remember meeting him in Raleigh. He sent me a friend request on Facebook, and I added him because I was like, I saw he had like 100 and something ridiculous amount of mutual friends. So I was like, okay. And then I saw that he was a speaker at the conference, but I'm not really familiar with him
Yeah.
Other than that.
Yeah, he was. I was joking with him that at the Raleigh conference, he was really just working the craft services table, and I hung out with him. I honestly thought when I was in Raleigh last year, he was part of security. He was like handing out T-shirts, and he was really involved.
Oh.
But I didn't know much about him, and he was getting really kind of like what you're going to do. You know, before his set, he was getting real nervous. But he did great, and you know he got a chance. You know, he went up to the Calgary thing with us and hung out, and he's a great guy, and that's why I'm trying to do sort of a dream date, win a dream date with Matt Long, because he's single, he's a strong Christian, and I mean, look at that hair. I mean, that hair just screams chick magnet. Seriously, his T-shirt should just say "dream date." And I'm sorry, I'm a fan now.
Seems like a nice guy.
He is a nice guy, but you should do great. Did you already kind of have a? You don't have to give it away, but you have a. And by the way, lie if you don't have anything. Do you have anything sort of prepped for?
I do.
Yeah.
I have begun. I wouldn't say it's finished, but I am preparing.
How long are they giving you?
Well, I looked on the website and it said 45 minutes.
Oh, that's not bad.
No, that's not too bad.
No, 45 minutes. You can.
No.
That's like a cup of coffee. It's nothing. You can totally do it. I mean, you want to do it with the PowerPoint, but I mean, you've seen all the others. I mean, Rob Skiba can do, I think, like 4 hours.
Oh my gosh! But Rob Skiba puts on the best presentations. He's always one of my favorites. He was probably my favorite presenter in Raleigh, and he was probably one of my favorites this time too. Yeah. Even though I'm familiar with a lot of his content, he just does a really good job. He's
Yeah. And he cheats on top of it. He paces it to where he's talking for a while and then he plays videos of him narrating.
I noticed that too. It's very clever. It works.
Yeah.
It's very clever.
Where
That's what I'm saying. He does a good job.
Yeah. Then he sits down behind the podium. He gives himself like a 10-minute break. I'm just going, oh, this is what John McEnroe used to do. And back in tennis, is that he would play for a while and then he'd yell at the refs for a while, catch a breather. And then, when he felt tired, he'd just start yelling again. And I initially thought it was just him being, a jerk, but it wasn't that at all. He was being very tactical. And that gives Rob the ability to, I mean, you saw him so he ended the first day with like a 2-hour thing. And then he started the second day with a 2-hour thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So he was great. Very focused, by the way. Out of all the people that went to Calgary, he was by far still the most composed. Everybody else is kind of cutting loose. I don't even know if Rob drank. He was just he's a good guy though. We got a chance to talk about some stuff and he's super. Everybody there was really focused. There was everyone, even though we were all friends and doing stuff, you could tell the Flat Earth mission is still very, very much growing and very going into all sorts of fun areas.
Yeah. And it's important to represent the best way we can when we're out in public.
Yes. Yeah.
This is important.
Yeah. It was really when we broke to, because obviously when we were at the Edmonton conference, we got a chance to talk to media in the hallways and do stuff. And even when, like, for example, we had a chance, I won't say the Canadian media disappointed me, but they were definitely not like the Americans, which is they showed up in the morning, they shot for 2 hours, and they almost all left simultaneously. It's like, we got a deadline, eh? So, take off. And get out, liar. They would take off, and the only group that stuck around. Now we did have some media out there. Some were good, some were bad. In fact, one, from what I understand, was more or less banned from the conference forever, any Canada conference, because she was so hostile in the beginning, and that's going to happen. Kind of remember the BuzzFeed guy at Raleigh. Who was initially winding up on us, saying he was going to turn it into a religious cult, and then softened by the time there was a woman who came in from Canadian television, and she was just unloading, just calling, saying, you guys are like, her opening line was, you guys are a laughing stock. but it's just that sort of attack. And we dealt with that. But the group that stayed was the American, well, it was Canadian version, but it was Vice. You remember those guys? The Canadian version of Vice. And they, this particular guy, he hung out with, he goes, I was a little worried. He said, hey, can I come and hang out with you guys at the bar? And, wherever you guys are going to go after work. It's like, yeah, you know what? What's the worst that could happen? Especially with Rick Hummer going out with us as Roland into the bar. And it was a blast. And we, like you said, we represented very, very well. And it was such, we laughed and we drank, but nothing was inappropriate and nothing was out of base. It's like we were giving, dirt on each other. It was getting drunk. It's like, that Eric Dubé guy. Let me tell you a few things, nothing like that. So it was fun. What?
Why you got to bring up Eric Dubé?
You don't want to know why? Because I'll tell you why I'm going to bring. Well, no, I'm only bringing him up offhand. Was because I was reading through, and thank you, David Weiss, if you're still listening out there. He took my speech and he set it to music, which Matt Long was so appropriate. He goes, it sounds like you basically, this is Mark's video that we would play at his funeral. So it's me doing my speech with this sad music underneath it. And I was reading through the comments when I finally got back to Seattle, and there were a lot of great comments, but like 1 in 20 comments, you know what they said?
What did they say?
They said, hey, Mark, I noticed you didn't compliment Eric Dubé when you were reading through the lists of all these people in in the flat Earth stuff. When I was saying, this person has so many subs and this person has so many subs, and it's like, why didn't you acknowledge Eric? I was like, come on. What am I? Well, okay. What am I supposed to say? His original channel that had 100,000 subs was burned to the ground, and now he's having to rebuild, from scratch. And plus he's condemned the conferences. Why would I ever bring him up? I just don't think it's. But we didn't go into that too much with the Vice guy. So I'm really curious to remember his piece or to read his piece. Do you remember the movie Almost Famous?
Yes.
Okay, that's what it felt like when we were going out with him. He was like the youngest of everybody. He was like 25. Long. It looked like a rock writer. Someone that would write for Rolling Stone, and he's sitting there with the pen and paper, jotting down notes every once in a while, and while we're trying to give him some good happy positive stories, and it was cool. You could see his head start to spin after a while. It was a lot of fun. He stayed with us until about, I think, 1. Yeah.
Cool.
So what did I miss, by the way, since it's just you and me and a whole bunch of people? What did when I was gone, because I haven't been on the show for a week at least, was there anything exciting happened that I may have, anything that comes to mind?
Anything exciting?
Any news there was out there? Anybody kill anybody?
No, I don't know. If there's something exciting going on, I don't know about it.
No? What have you been doing?
I have just been hanging out with my children because they're on summer break. So, I've been doing that.
Right. Yeah.
And then, and now they're with their dad. So.
Got it. For how long?
For a week.
Oh, awesome. I see a lot of bubble baths and wine for you in your future.
Stop looking in my windows.
What? You're not going to pull the shades. I'm going to use a long distance lens. Right? Honest, truth be told here, it's not that long distance of a lens. Pretty close.
Yeah.
In fact, if I actually fell out of the tree, you'd probably hear me. So, we got like 30 seconds to the break. You want to stay for the last section? Say yes.
Yes, that's fine.
Okay.
Sure.
Well, because otherwise, if you go to the Hangout, you're going to have to compete with, the usual chuckleheads. So.
No, that's fine. I'll stay here.
All right, that's cool. So that'll be in 15 seconds, and I give out the phone number, but for whatever reason, I'll do some tests on it tomorrow. We'll figure. Oh, Peanut Gallery says you discovered Eric DeBay is an Eskimo. She went to a beach to swim in a pool. I said that. Bring someone else into the call also. Yeah, okay. Who can I bring? Somebody's got to call into Skype. Anyway, 3 minutes. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Don't touch that dial. Whatever.
You are now tuned into the truth frequency.
Your protection from deception. TFR.
Truth Frequency Radio.
Welcome back to Strange World, part 4 of 4. Yes, I'm going to at least get this right. Yes, that was Joe Jackson stepping out from his album Night and Day. And we are on with Karen B, because we can't get anybody else on the phone. So you're it, Karen. We're gonna talk to you for a little bit. And you got to say hi so people know you're there.
Good evening. It's a pleasure to be here.
Don't swallow the microphone. Okay.
Am I too loud?
It just sounded like you leaned into it.
Well, it's right in front of me.
Well, I know, but it sound.
Maybe I did get too close to it. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Yeah, don't apologize for that. You have an amazing voice. And in fact, I am still waiting. You know what I'm waiting for?
What are you waiting for?
I'm waiting for more ASMR from Karen B.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I have a good idea for another ASMR video.
What is it?
I'm not going to say. You're just going to have to see. I'm not going to tell you. But it's a good one. I haven't seen any other ASMR videos do it.
You've got it. So you may have an original ASMR idea?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
That's really great. By the way, you know who else does ASMR? And she did she didn't post it online, but she sent me a little demo. And she was doing, they're doing back and forth headphones, was Shauna Collins.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I had no idea. It was unsolicited. She just sent me a little snippet of, she just wrote kind of a little dialogue about the flat earth. And then it was kind of going back and forth between left and right. And it wasn't using any finger tapping or any of the usual tricks, but it's good. Huh? I'm not
awesome.
I know, right?
Mm-hmm.
Anyone want to send me ASMR and prove that you're better than Karen, which I doubt, please let me be the judge. That's so selfish of me. You have no idea what I'm going to do with that stuff. I'm just going to lock myself in here, crank up the headphones. Oh, good times. Yeah. All right. Let's see if we can lighten this up a bit. Let's see if we can go to that was Jack, right?
Jack. Just Jack.
All right. I'm going to try this. So I'm going to say add. You can still hear me, right? Right? Karen? Oh, crap. What just happened? Karen, can you hear me?
Yes.
Were you messing with me, or did I go away for a second?
No, I'm sorry. I was scolding my son.
Wait,
my oldest son.
I thought he was gone.
Sorry.
Oh, you scolded him online?
Yeah. No.
No?
Yes.
Yes? Karen B, who normally doesn't drink this much, apparently. What did you switch from like wine to glue? What happened?
No.
All right, go ahead. Apparently she was muted. That's fine. And again, apologies to everyone who's trying to call in tonight. Normally it is a call-in show, but we've got some technical difficulties where, for whatever reason, I can't I can't bring people into where they can hear me. And this is a Microsoft issue. This is not me. I've got a top-of-the-line rig right now. But it's the most advanced Skype that's tying into the TFR system, and for whatever reason, we're not getting it. But between the Peanut Gallery and me and other people, I'm sure we can get it. So before I pick up, we're trying to get Just Jack for the last 20 minutes of the show. Karen, are you still there?
Yes, I'm still here.
You're not going to go anywhere, right?
No, I'm right here.
All right. Don't want you to take you away from whatever it is that's distracting you from this. All right, so we're going to click on this. We're going to say Jack. J. All right, let's try this. We're going to say click, and done. And Karen, are you still there?
Yes.
And let's see what happens. Does Jack get pulled in? Does Jack...
Just Jack.
Just Jack. All right.
What's
It is
going
just.
Hi, Jack.
Oh, thank
Hi,
God.
Karen. So did I hear that you actually got rid of your children for this weekend?
I didn't get rid of them.
No. You know what I mean.
They're
gonna
under
be
the
able to
stairs,
join us?
children.
I don't. Yeah, they're with their dad.
Are you going to be able to join us
Where? When?
this Sunday?
Well, no, that's when I get them back.
Oh,
That's why.
okay.
That's why I can't, because that's when they come back.
You can bring them. That's fine. I don't mind.
Well, yeah, but it's kind of tough because they get them late. It's like 5:00, and then it takes a while to get down there. And
Right. Yeah, I know. It's a little bit of a hike. Karen's cool, y'all. Just saying.
Yeah.
How you doing, Mark? We haven't seen you in a couple weeks. We missed you. I mean, we've seen you, but not on Strange.
I've been in Canada, up there north of the Iron Range, doing black powder rifle shooting and some deep lake, frozen lake.
You see any moose, eh?
Oh, yader hey. No, it was really cool. I've not been to a ton of Canadian cities. I've been to Vancouver. I've been to Victoria. And Edmonton's really nice. It's really nice. And remember, it's the summer, though. And I got a chance to go see Banff, which is spelled Bannf. That's really striking. I mean, it's honestly, you could shoot some of the Lord of the Rings B-roll at that place. I mean, the mountains are so amazing. And then, as you heard, I got a chance to, and the conference was fantastic. All the speakers were great. It was absolutely flawless until the very end. And even then, it was kind of cool. We weren't chased out of the building. We got to finish the show, and everything was on time, and everything went fantastic. And then most of the speakers, the only one that took off was Jaron, and you guys probably heard that whole thing go down. Tell me you're up to speed on the latest gossip, you two.
Sorry, no.
What?
Unfortunately not.
Really? Because we were mesmerized at the TFR show that he just put on last night. No?
Yeah,
Nobody?
I missed it
Karen?
because I've been jumping into so many chats, that I've been consuming myself with chats.
Okay. All right, Karen.
I slept very little in the past week.
Yes.
Actually.
Did you hear what went on? Now, surely you're tied into the grapevine. Did you hear what went on?
With Jaron.
Yeah.
oh yes,
Yeah. Did you listen to
Yes.
that podcast?
Yes.
One from last night. I mean, you should see. We're all sitting
Yes.
around a phone, just on couches, going. You imagine, the people that were there, going, "What is going on?"
Did all of you know what had happened or no?
Well, of course, Bob did. But
Bob.
most of us didn't know. Okay, first off, we did not know she was coming on the show. Okay, just so you guys know, and
Yeah,
just
please
Jack.
call us in.
Okay. Anyone that hasn't figured out, Jaron from Jaronism Raw on this network, Truth Frequency Radio, has currently separated from his wife. And
Oh, no.
yeah, it was just unfortunate. And my heart goes out to him. And, I'm sorry they had
They
to
just
deal with-
played a commercial saying that they were both going to be there.
at
the conference.
Oh.
Yeah, but that I don't. Well, I don't know. It's 3 months away. You know.
Okay.
I
will break down the best. This is not a secret, by the way. He actually spent quite a bit of time covering this on a TFR show. And then what happened last night was it only last night? Yesterday afternoon?
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
It had to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so what happened was the short version of this is that she cheated on him. He found out and dropped the hammer and said, "Yeah, you're done. And you got to move out. You got to go back to your family in Montana, leave from Northern California and all this stuff." What was amazing,
that is a deal breaker. Wow.
Yeah. Well, and with his best friend.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's a really bad situation. I felt so bad for Jaron.
My heart goes out to the guy. Apparently he's never been cheated on before, and well, not that he knows. And it was bad. I mean, in fact, it reminds me of that. Sorry, I don't want to belittle this, but it reminds me of that country joke. It's like, I caught my wife with my best friend. The other guy goes, "You bit her?" He's like, "Yeah, bit him too." So, but that was kind of what
this is not a funny thing.
It's not.
Don't make me laugh.
It's not a funny thing, but at the same time, okay. So here's where it gets weird. She agreed to come on the show yesterday for the first segment.
Well, she didn't agree to it. She wanted to.
Well, either way, she agreed. But it's like, who asked who first? And but she wasn't exactly clearing the air. And yeah, she was getting a little emotional, but I could tell by the tone of his voice, he was having none of it. It's like,
yeah. Well, and he was playing those music clips. I was like, damn.
When he played, you should have heard us up at the house when he played "Tell Me Lies" by Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah.
We're just going, he just wants to stick the knife in and twist. And so
he was very, very upset. Like, I found out about it probably just a couple days after it happened, a few days after it happened, because he put a little note in the patron chat, the little group chat that we have for patrons, and I was like, I saw his post. It was really long, and I read it, and I was like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I felt so bad for him.
Well, yeah, and in all fairness, when I heard this, of course, my initial fear was, it's like, oh man, he's out of the conference, right? He's not going to go to Canada conference. No, he came, and not only did he came despite all odds, because, and a lot of people don't know this if you don't travel to Canada or Mexico, and that is, if you're driving to Canada or Mexico, like in Canada, because I live real close to the Canadian border, you can get an enhanced driver's license, otherwise known as like a passport card, and you can flash that at the border and you're fine, right? And that's what actually Jaron had. Not in his case, he's not going to Canada. He's going to Mexico. So if you drove to Tijuana, you could use one of these things, right? Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden he goes online. I don't know if somebody told him this or whatever, but he realized very short notice that the passport card only works if you're driving, not if you're flying, which is weird. It's like, okay, so I don't know what
it is weird.
Yeah.
Don't even get me started on driver's license anyways.
All right. So he freaking loses it, and he spends a wad of cash and has the fastest I've ever seen it. He got a passport photo taken and a full-blown passport given to him in 3 hours. Never seen that before in my life. We went to special service. Like, I mean, I haven't even seen that in crime movies. Usually it's like, oh man, you need a passport. $100,000 will be ready in a week. Jaron has it done in 3 hours. And then he's barely gets, to his flight, and all of a sudden, blam, he's there. And he does his sessions, he does his panel and does Globebusters. Now, granted, he was a little more subdued, and I don't blame him for that. And everyone there was like, yeah, man, it's cool. And then he did not go with us to Calgary. He stayed he took off.
Well, he went back to California.
Yeah, he went back to California. And and did a show as soon as he went back with her. I won't belabor the point here, but so if you guys don't know, he and Missa will not be on Journalism Raw anymore. Don't know who will be on Journalism Raw anymore, which is weird because she's in so many of the promos that you hear during the breaks. So best to him and whatever he decides to do there, and I'm sure he'll bounce back. And
Jaron, we love you, man. You got major support here.
And if he's looking again, now he's officially an eligible bachelor. Well, not officially. I don't know.
Well, give him a break.
Give it a minute. Give
him a minute.
What? He can bounce back. They call it a rebound for a reason.
Oh, okay. Well,
and the flat Earth chicks are lining up.
If he goes, well, I say he's going to go to perfect timing, right? He's going to Denver. A lot of people would be shaking his hand, taking pictures.
All right, so everybody's blowing me up in the chat. So Wesley Stason, Flat Earth News Talk. Wait for it.
Wes.
Horry Sheet Show and the Flat Smackers Live. What up?
All on the plane.
Where's
All
this?
on the plane.
What
Zulu 1.
Zulu 1.
This is the Zulu 1 chat. Got it.
And in the TFR chat, hold on, WPS Best. Yep. Y'all got your shout outs now.
Horry Sheet. I love the Horry Sheet Show.
Yeah. I love the fact that he technically
meet soon.
Technically he's advocating drunk driving because he's driving a green screen Tesla car.
Hey, there's no laws about drinking and driving in space.
Yeah, good point. We don't have that yet.
Which, by the way,
let's segue real quick. We've got a little time. We got 10 minutes till the show ends. Let's talk real quick because a lot of people asked me while I was at the conference and after the conference what I thought of Space Force. And initially, we all had our theories on this, but it's gotten to be a little more serious than beforehand. Beforehand, I said, well, it's just a flash in the pan headline that they're using to another space drumbeat. But then the vice president, Mike Pence, comes out and they already authorized the first $8 billion of their budget. So now we were kind of thinking, all right, what if this is something else? What if, for example, normally you create a problem and then you create a solution, kind of like a drug or a virus or something like that. What if, in this case, you create the solution first? You at least give the impression, you start putting out posters like Starship Troopers and that Space Force is the thing. Then you create a threat from space.
Okay, so I was already thinking this, Mark.
Okay.
Like totally when it first came out, this is what I've always thought of. And of course, this is all going to be speculation and whatnot. But I think that they're going to do at least a nationwide, if not a worldwide EMP, which will cause a bunch of panic. And then they'll have the War of the Worlds. And then they're going to flip the script and they're going to turn the aliens into the saviors who will give us free energy. And they'll re-release free energy. This is my assumption, of course.
So a pretty light plot. That
have
Disney...
you written a script for that yet?
It's about to say
no.
Don't say it.
Yeah, it's just it's the threat of war from the aliens, right? And then they realize that. And this is not reality. This is, I think, the reality they're going to put is they're the ones that planted us here.
Oh, wow. So you haven't thought this through at all, apparently.
Yeah. No, I just see the pattern of things, the way, tell their stories. So
yeah,
I see it, playing out like that.
Initially, I'd thought that Space Force
they can fake space with that as well. It just reaffirms everything. Their whole evolution thing, their spinning ball, their outer space. They can reaffirm it by doing away with electricity, which means that everybody gets
you just went Transformers there for a second.
And then they have the aliens take over, and
then
by then everybody's already accepted them. So anyone who says that they're not, I don't know.
The aliens,
they're killing me.
Over Jack.
Wow.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. What the heck was that all about?
I don't know. I didn't hear anything on my end.
Yeah, we were talking like 15 seconds. It was like everything was caught in like in a buffer.
Wow. They don't like me talking about this stuff, man.
No, you started to go.
I know what's up.
All Transformers, and then
I know what's up. They're squashing me. Help me.
I wish I could help you, but you seem to be locked in some sort of phase dimension at the moment. What? Oh, my Lord. Okay. This is what I wanted to come back. All right, no. Anyway, I absolutely agree with a lot of the stuff you're saying, and that is kind of an extension where I was leading with, which was you create. In this case, you create the solution to a problem that hasn't happened yet, and then before can people even say Space Force is the dumbest idea since I don't know sending a sports car into space. You come back and say, "Oh, look at that! Thank God we have the Space Force. They'll save us."
Exactly.
That whole stupid Flash. And honestly, it's a movie waiting to happen. If Space Force actually becomes posters and stuff, I guarantee some production company in Hollywood is going to be. We got to make a movie about this. Remember, Starship Troopers is now 20 years old.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy to think about for sure.
Yeah. So
I'm turning off all other internet sources just in case it's.
Oh, that's okay. People already think that you're starting to be like Wes at this point.
No technical difficulties here. Just kidding.
By the way, Karen, I came up with a kind of my metaphorical version of Wes, which was, you remember the Charlie Brown cartoon television show, right? With
yes.
Lucy and Linus and all those guys. Remember Pigpen?
Yes.
Okay, so Pigpen would walk around, and he'd have this big dust cloud. Ball. Yeah, this dust ball that was following him around. I imagine Wes is like that, but with technology. So he has like this fuzzy tech that's just following him around at all times, and nothing. It's just chaos. So
it's because he's got a jerry-rigged desktop fan hooked up and soldered to the bottom of his laptop.
Oh, man.
I'm going to buy that man a laptop as soon as I start getting some income, I swear.
Yeah. God bless you, Wes. Yeah, I will say this. He
tries.
Yeah, he is persistent despite the overwhelming odds against him. And
that's right.
That's all we can really ask for. Okay, 5 minutes left of the show. I'm going to let you talk for just a few more, Jack. Don't go anywhere, Karen. Which is, you watched some of the conference, yeah?
Yes.
Wow, I was starting to slip in the Canadian there, eh? So like I saw Gretzky, and he's better in life than he.
Oh, is Wayne all right?
Oh yeah, that and he was sitting next to Celine Dion. She's a national treasure. Yeah, and Ryan Reynolds and Ryan Gosling and the ghost of Monty Hall. Anyway, what did you think of the conference? Did you watch any of it?
It's not as good as the first one, but
no,
it's definitely no. I'm saying this as it's the same as the first anything. Mm-hmm. Once you've been exposed,
right.
But
plus it's in Celsius.
Yeah, the clips I've seen were very good. I thought it was great.
Cool.
And I can't wait for the Colorado, and my wife is going to have to send me a loan, she said. But I'm trying to get it so we can all come out there. But it's hard to travel with 10 people. So
yeah, definitely. I think after what I saw in Canada, I can now say that we're the core of Flat Earth, the core community that's doing a lot of content, a lot of presentations and meetups. Everyone's pretty honed.
Yeah.
And
absolutely.
focused at this point to where now we know. I mean, yeah, the Raleigh thing, hey, we're just going by the seat of our pants. The Canadian thing was very polished. We knew the pitfalls, and now going into Denver, oh yeah, we're just going to take this place by storm. And I'm really, really hoping the media has some fun with this, because now that they know we're coming, and Denver's a better city for media anyway, we will be able to really. I think the exposure is going to be priceless.
Absolutely. Yeah, I can't wait to meet you guys in person.
Last thing for you, Jack, and I know I'm probably going to talk to you in the after thing. Is there any particular person you're looking forward to seeing at the meetup? And keep your answer brief, and the same thing goes for Karen.
At the meetup or the conference?
Sorry, the conference in
Okay,
Denver.
so at the conference, yeah, I'm definitely wanting to meet you and Bob and Jaron and D Marble and everybody, man.
Cool.
I don't know if Wes is going, but I'd love to see him there, Paul on the plane. I mean, I've been watching you guys for 4 years, so.
Right on.
Or no, I guess it's only 3 years.
3 years, but that's okay.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, like, I feel like I know all of you, and you guys will get to know me, and I'm the type of personality you either love me or hate me. I'm pretty sure you'll love me, though. We'll see.
All right. And I've seen a picture of you, so we're good. Karen, you get the final word on this. Who are you looking forward to seeing at the conference, Denver to remember?
I would have to say allegedly Dave.
Oh, from England.
Yeah, because everybody. I mean, I've met everybody else, and I love everybody else too, but I haven't met him yet. And he's done a lot of really good stuff. Has done a lot of really great interviews, and the debates that he does, like he killed it on the non sequitur debate. I thought he was really great, and I really like Dave. He's cool.
Right on.
And Rob Skiba and DITRH. I had to add them. Sorry.
Don't leave anybody out. No, that's cool. That's cool.
Everybody. I want to meet everybody.
Yeah.
I want to see everybody again and meet the ones I haven't met. I mean, it's a good time.
Yeah. Yeah, I would imagine we're not. I'm gonna sleep a little better this one because I'm not gonna be as worried about my presentation stuff. But at the same time, people, we're gonna close the bars and have a good time because Flat Earth just doesn't sleep. Everybody gets so amped up. Anyway, thank you, Karen B. Thank you, Just Jack. Next week we'll try to do phones, guys. I will definitely be here next week. Same flat time, same flat channel. And
love, peace, and stay flat.
There you go.
Oh, shout out Effie Disciple. Sorry we missed you earlier.
Right on. And hey, word to Big Bird. All right.
All right.
We'll talk soon, guys. See ya.
Good evening.
And we are out.
It's a great honor and privilege for us to be here representing not only